evening, good morning, good afternoon, no matter where you are. It's morning somewhere. It's morning somewhere. Yeah, but good evening, good evening. We are the Man United agenda. Yeah, Monday, international football. So you have got us, wonderful folk, to fill the void during this 2 week period. And obviously, we had a game on the weekend. Myself, Yaba, Colin, we did our review after the game. Mr. B, we've not heard from you, and this is becoming a common theme now. This is like the Monday Mr. B review. How are you, kind sir? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, man. I just Saturdays. I just can't do nothing on a Saturday. So it was good that you got a couple of things out. I half tuned into the watch along, but I was at my game, so I sent a couple of messages in. But away from home, I called it away from home. We're not that team. At home, I expect us to win the majority of the games, regardless of who we're playing. All right, Man City, yeah, maybe, but the Liverpools, we shouldn't be scared of them. Chelsea, we shouldn't be scared of them at home. Arsenal, we've already played at home. So I'm happy in regards that we didn't lose, but watching the game, I did rewatch the game. We should have been ahead. It was light work in the first half. Light work for 65 minutes to be fair, without I know Amrin said that we didn't push on and maybe weren't a little
Yeah.
bit braver because the game was comfortable. Yeah,
Mm.
the game was comfortable. The game was comfortable, and the fact that Pigeonhead cried like he'd won the World Cup, and then Delit come and scores the. I mean, Delit's my guy. You know, I can't. Delit's turning into one of my favorite players at the club. I got at the moment. I've got two players who I love at the club, and that's Mbumo and Delit. Those two are the ones that when I see their name on the team sheet, I'm thinking, okay, we're ready to rock and roll. You
Mm.
know, there's Ahmad, yeah, there's Cunha, who I thought was going to be my guy. I'll be honest, when we bought Cunha, I'm glad. I'm actually glad now we've got players that I like. But
Yep.
going back to the result and the performance, we've still got issues. The fact that we were cussing Casemiro, last year, and now he can only play 60 minutes, and as soon as he comes off the pitch, we die.
Mm.
Do
Mm.
we keep him on to try and see out the game, and then he doesn't play the next one, and then we've got Agate for 90 minutes?
Yeah.
I mean, God bless him. He's fallen off a cliff. I mean, the cliff wasn't very high when he came anyway,
Oh,
but
yeah, he's another one who got a very odd
yeah,
one. Very odd one.
he's well and truly fallen off it. So I see progression, I see fight, I see heart, but we need to start putting teams to bed.
Mm.
Obviously, Sesko has been get. We'll talk about him obviously in a bit. He's been getting his normal cussing, um, and we've got players out there who are getting excuses made for whatever reason. So media bias is there. I think it's something that we're going to have to cope with and be strong against the tide of hatred that seems to be coming our way. But 5 unbeaten, I will take. But we need to start winning. I think we've got our home games. I think we've got 5 of 8 or six
Yeah.
of eight in our next
Yeah.
coming up.
Coming up.
So those are this is where we need to put our foot down. The home games is with ones where take the 3 points, whoever we're playing, take the three
Yep.
points away from home. I mean, look, if we take a win or a draw, a few draws away from home, but our home form, I think, is what's going to carry us to wherever we want to be carried to this season.
Okay. 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 But anyway, there's the review from Mr. V. He's got it out of the way. Thank you, kind sir. Let's say some hellos in the chat. Patrick, kind sir, good evening, good evening. Cheers, panel and chat. Been a while. Good to be back in the mix.
Yes,
Excited to
Patrick.
dig into things. Andrew Williams, as always, with us. International break, VAR. Diego Delo playing on the left. Three things that can F right off. I agree. I agree, kind sir. I agree. Eddie's football waffle. I don't know why I read that as Eddie's football wife. Eddie's football waffle. Big up, guys. Dropping a like. Shame about the results. Spurs were there for the taking in the first 8 minutes. Absolutely. Mr. B agrees with you as well. And if you haven't dropped a like already, What are you doing? Drop a like. Go on, go on. Wise United fan in the building. Good evening, legends. Hope you had a good weekend. I did indeed. Yaba, we'll come on to your weekend and how you're feeling. Patrick, we've already come on to you. We deserve better. In the house. Good evening, Real. Miss Debbie, Yaba, the chat legends. Of course, of course, of course, of course. And then one more from Wise United fan. We put on 2 subs whom we thought was going to be the cavalry. And what do we get? The Keystone Cups that cost us second place. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, of course, of course, of course. Stephanie. Thank you. Hope you're doing well this evening. Hope you're doing well. Yaba, how are you, kind sir? How are you feeling after the aftermath of the game on the weekend? I know you were positive.
Yeah, look, coming away from there with 2 points. I mean, a draw, which 2 goals we scored. We should have won the game. I don't want to get too frustrated about that, but you can see where the errors are, and it's easy to fix. If it was like impossible, and we'd be pulling our hair out, but you can see errors easy to fix. A bit of better game management maybe when we are up, rather than I heard you say the manager was saying we should have went for it. I think sometimes you just need to be a bit more conservative. When they scored their goal, we were trying to press high up the pitch in their half, and then where were the players when they scored the goal? They were trying to get back. That to me doesn't make sense. You just sit there and you counter them in situations like that away from home, and then maybe it's a lesson learned, and we improve on that going into the season. As for me, I'm fine. It's great to be back on the show. Great to see guys in the comments as well. Welcome back, Patrick Pillow, as well. Big up, Eddie, Football Waffle. I haven't spoken to you for ages. Hope you're doing well. Wise United fan. We deserve better. Big up, Stephanie Griffiths as well, and Andrew Williams. All you guys out there, man. Welcome to the Man United Agenda. Let's talk. Bad news for me over the weekend. Well, good news was that we won. Our Sunday team won. Wasn't expected, but they listened to me, and we got it right, and we managed the game. Even though we went 1-0 up, and I said it's conservative, they conceded. Went 2-1 up. Phew, now just keep tight. But people were bobbing forward. We conceded. Then we ended up winning 4-2. So thank God for that. My throat, I was going hoarse. And then also, my car broke down over the weekend, which was gutted. I'm absolutely gutted about it. It was overheating on the motorway. And I thought, oh no, here we go. Blown gasket and all them kind of thing. You're thinking, managed to get it off the motorway, managed to get it somewhere safe, cool it down. Found out the coolant was empty. Thought, cool, that's the problem. Put coolant in and managed to get it home. And then parked it up there. A couple of days later, I've gone back to the car. Coolant's empty again. So it's probably a leak or something.
Radiator leak.
Yeah, radiator leak or coolant leak. Something's wrong with the pipe, but it's just depressing. But I want to say this is what good friends are for. I've got such good friends, and my friends lent me his car so I can get to work this week. So, every cloud has a silver lining, as they say. And if you're good with people, it comes back and you can call in favors, Mr. B, I'm calling in favors for you, and I'm calling in favors for you as well, Rio, because I do so much for you guys. So when the time's right, I expect you to do something for me as well.
I'll come and help you push your car off the motorway.
push it down the canal.
Wow.
But wait. Before we go, Rio, enough about us. What's happening, man? How are you?
I'm fine. I'm good. I am blessed as always. Again, you know me, when it's international, like the international break, that's when I'm doom and gloom. But obviously, this show it's brilliant. We are Man United. We're full of news. It's been news all day. So obviously, we're talking about blown gaskets. Unfortunately, it's a sad topic for you, Yaba, in terms of the car. But we deserve better. Called it out and said, obviously, car blown gasket like Casemiro and Shesko, and that goes perfectly on to the news. The news. Shesko during the game blew his knee gone. The internal feeling at Manchester United is that Benjamin Shesko's injury is not expected to keep him out for long. So obviously, when the injury happened, he was done. He left us down to 10 men. There's been a lot of fans that have been on his case saying, barring the performance, and he had 2 good opportunities, But there have been a lot of fans saying that he was a coward, this and that, because of the fact that he should have been playing on. He left us with 10 men, which I don't agree with. He would have played on if he could have. He was injured. Ultimately, he had to come off the pitch. So that's not good news. But then obviously this Fabrizio Romano probably caught him at a poor screenshot saving that picture, to be fair with you. But he goes on to say, obviously, my information is that internally at Man United, the feeling is not going to be a super long injury. Rasmus Højlund doesn't have any recall clause in his contract at Napoli. Højlund feels as a Napoli player, not a Manchester United player on loan. Let's see how long it's going to take. The injury for Šeško, Manchester United will try to discuss with Joshua Zirkzee. Yes, people, Joshua Zirkzee still plays for Manchester United. He still is in the dunning colours of Manchester Red. And his agents, after they know exactly when they know Benjamin Šeško will be ready. So I want to bring it on to, obviously, we've just spoken about Šeško, the injury. It's not looking good. The title is Manchester United out of control, etc. Problem striker. Gentlemen, Mr. B, Šeško, we spoke about his statistics, a week ago today. We was comparing him. We was kind of caveating that he's not been too bad. A week goes by, and a week is very, very, a week can go by very quickly, but it's a long time in football. What are our thoughts with Šeško now? Now he's on the shelf.
My thoughts hasn't changed. My thoughts haven't changed. Everybody needs time to settle. You've seen what Premier League proven players do. They hit the ground running. Everybody else takes a little bit of time to adjust. It's a shame that he's injured, got himself injured, but it's life. Injuries happen. My first thought was, Jesus, it's an ACL, which means that his season's done. But they're talking, what, 7 weeks? All right, it's still inconvenient, but we do have, it might not be the ideal cover, but we've got options in the squad. And guess what? We're only playing one game a week. If we was in Champions League or Europa, then all right, now we're threatened because our players are going to be battered. But guess what? We've got players who need to step up. Does Cunha now move up front? And Mount's been playing, so it's not like we're throwing Mount in out from the cold. Mount's been doing a job in there, so that part of it's not an issue. It's now up to Zirkzee if he gets the position wherever he plays to hold it. He's only had 82 minutes play or whatever it is, 90 minutes throughout the season. Fine, you're not in favour. Casemiro wasn't in favour, and turned his form around to now we're threatened when this 33-year-old man is coming off the pitch. So moving forward, I don't see it being a problem short term. If he comes back and he starts and he's still not scoring, then maybe he needs to hit 10. He needs to hit 10 for the season, regardless of what competition he's in. He can't hit anything less than that. Those are -9 numbers, and I'm really not interested in that. But everybody takes time to settle and show. It's not like our team. The striker had 6 chances a game. When he's missing 5. Hitting 1 on target and scoring 1. We're not that team, so he knows. If he has the 2 chances created, he better take them because the other 2 might not be coming might not be coming soon. We are better. But we're still not that team that feeds the striker, till he's tired, till he can't even run no more.
Did you see the Alan Shearer analysis on Match of the Day?
What was his?
So he weren't being horrible. He's being critical, he's the all-time Premier League top goal scorer. So if you're going to listen to someone about striking, it's going to be him. And to be honest, he mentioned what we said, Yabba, on the review, kind of like he snapped at the chances. He took control of the ball in the box, and obviously he allowed Van der Ven to get ahead and take the ball. And Shearer was kind of saying, you're not going to get all that time in the Premier League. You need to take your shot. If you're going to get the ball in the box, you need to take your shot, or make the defender force you into a foul. So it's true what you're saying, Mr. B. Like, obviously, it's going to take time with him. but it's not fully doom and gloom.
Do you feel that? Obviously, I know somebody in the chat said that they didn't fancy. Let me see. We deserve better. It was sorry. He doesn't fancy Cunha at the 9. I'll be honest, neither do I. But at least we know it can be done.
Yeah.
Because obviously, when Mount plays, Mount's not the 9. We're not playing our what do you nearly said shadow striker. We're not playing our. Is it shadow striker? False 9. Sorry, we're not playing. We're not playing a false 9. So we're still playing with a striker. It's just a different kind of striker. So I would like Xerxes to step up his game now. I would like him to take the bull by the horns, take his opportunity. You know, maybe that's Yabaitis there, you know, with the positivity. But I want to see him take your balls by the horn now. You know what I mean? He's been moaning. His agent's been talking shit. He's never going to go because of obviously African nations. We're going to lose a couple players.
Yeah.
You know, we could be 3 down by, oh shit, hold on, what's 7 weeks? That's January, right?
If you hold fire, in fact, now's a good time. Yeah, but if I had to put you on the spot right now and say, okay, going forward, 2 10s, striker, Everton, 2 weeks time. This time, in fact, in 2 weeks. What front three are you going with?
My front three would be Xerxes, Cunha, and Mbeumo. I really rate Xerxes. I think there's a lot more to come from him. And it's all about opportunity knocks, isn't it? So many variants, though, isn't there, Rio, about what you could do. Like Mr. B was saying, you could bring in Mount. You could bring in Dallo Ahmad into the number 10 position.
Ahmad,
yeah, he played there the other day. So there's so many options. This is something it's good to see that there's so many variants about what we can do and we can still be effective. And each variant that we play has a different dynamic, which would make us effective, you know, and give us a little something to think for the opposition manager to think about. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Get well soon, Xisco. I do agree with you. I think he just needs to get more confidence and more dynamic. It's ain't playtime over here. This league is serious. You have to be on it. You have to be physically ready. And once he gets that right, I think he'll be all right. He's set physically. You know, he's got the other attributes, his physicality. It's just a mental thing for me where he needs to switch on.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're saying Cunha in the 9 doesn't fancy him. Maybe because when you look at it, Cunha likes to get the ball from deep. He likes to drive his ball. That's his main attribute. So being a striker, he's probably going to drop off well deep, get the ball, and then drive to the position where he should be in the first place. You know, it's not really suited for him. I think it's an opportunity as well for someone that we've forgotten about, who we called our third choice striker when we signed him from Arsenal last January. It's Obi. Now he's a sensation. He's got the same stature in height and presence as Xisco. I think he deserves an opportunity because he's up. He's good. No, everyone's forgotten about him. He's gone back to the under-21s or that sort of level where he's playing. We're not hearing any 7 goals a game, that sort of thing anymore. But I know that guy trains hard. Over the summer, he was getting himself in great physical shape. His demeanor is like very professional. He doesn't show him any emotion. He just gets on with it. And I just think this is an opportunity maybe for him as well to come in and maybe get some game time. Maybe get some minutes coming off the bench or something like that. I'd love to see him promoted back to the bench on the first team and get some minutes, get a goal, and that could blow him up because I think he's a force to be reckoned with if he gets going. So, Mr.
Amram's stubborn though, man. Amram's stubborn though. Like, I feel like I agree with you. I think RB is a force to be reckoned with, hopefully in the future. But you know what Amram's like? He's so stubborn. I feel like if he's not like tested him out now, I have a feeling it doesn't favor him. I don't know.
What are Chido's numbers this season? I know you talk about Chido and saying he deserves his chance. What are Chido's numbers? What are his numbers like this season?
Numbers aren't like they were at Arsenal when he first arrived. He's not banging in the same ratio of goals that he was when he was at Arsenal when he first arrived at United. But what we're saying here, we've got Kobe Mainu, we've got and the other Chido. They got promoted. Chido got brought in. He played a couple of first team games. Kobe, we know what happened to him. His rise was just huge. But it's like bringing people down to earth. And I don't think it's not that it doesn't favour them. I think it's about bringing them back down to earth, saying, hold on, wait your time, and you have to earn your place with me. And I think that's what he's doing. And I think there is an opportunity for them. They're very talented. Let's not forget that. Kobe and Cheeto, very talented young players coming through, probably the best in their positions, or in a bubble of best players in those positions as youngsters coming through the Premier League academies. So it'd be great to see them come through and get first team action based on injuries, which is likely to happen, and what's what happened with Xisco. Just going back to what Mr. B said, I mean, it's ironic, isn't it? Mr. B was searching for the name of, what do you call it? Shadow striker? No, a false nine. No, Mr. B. A false nine is Rasmus Haaland. That's a false nine. That's what you should be calling a false. You call him -9, but it should be a false nine. That's his name from now on, Mr. B. You don't like to name his real name, and he won't be coming back from Napoli, as it said in the comments there. And we don't miss him, to be honest. We've got enough cover, so I'm not even sweating it that there's a talk that he won't come back on loan, or there's no deal for that. But the false nine, who tried to act like a nine, but he's a false guy, is pretending to be a nine, is Rasmus Haaland.
Let me get into the chat, because there is a ongoing debate here, and it is the Ahmad debate. So, Andrew Williams, anyone think Ahmad struggled in the 10? Interesting. And then to go directly after that, we deserve better. I don't like Ahmad as right wing back, defensively lacking, cost us Saturday. It's interesting, the Ahmad debate. Obviously, I don't want to talk too much into it. Then Steph, Ahmad ain't a wing back, that's for sure. And that's based off his performance as a 10. It's a weird situation. We are in a conundrum at this moment in time where Amram is going to have to crack down and get a front solid three, because he threw Ahmad into that 10 position. He's not been playing there recently. And Brumo's been playing on one side. He moved into the left side. Cunha's been playing as a 10. Then he played him up front. As much as we're kind of nailing down the consistency with the back line, it does help to have a consistent front line as well. And obviously, Mr. B, going on to your point, kind sir, where you mentioned the AFCON. So let's bring everyone's attention to the potential dates. So obviously, apologies for the size of the graphic, but these are the dates in question. So obviously, the 21st of December, that is our game against Villa. And that's the first official game, match day 1 of AFCON, which is when Morocco play Comoros in match day 1 on the 21st of December. And that's going to be Maz. Maz will be gone. So obviously, Maz, Ahmad, and Mbumo from our team, they're going to be the 3 that go. Obviously, it's been reported that we've kind of begged, pleaded with Cameroon to say, please, can we keep hold of Mbumo? He's our goal source at this moment in time. He's looking like our best player. Can we keep hold of him for at least the Villa game? And obviously, there's been history of this. We did it with Onana, where we begged. I don't know why we begged to keep Onana for an extra game, but we did. And then obviously he flew out and played literally 24 hours later in AFCON. So obviously this is the breakdown of the games. Ahmad, there's been no talks of him being begged to stay, so he will be going off to play for Ivory Coast. And then Maz as well. There's been no kind of debate to have him stay back and fight for his spot. But obviously, we're missing some key games, especially during the busy period. Obviously, the Boxing Day game, we're going to lose that firepower. Wolves at home, obviously, you'd like to assume would be okay without these 3. Leeds away, big game, obviously. Burnley away, again, you'd like to assume that we'd be okay. And then obviously, if for whatever reason all these 3, or sorry, not all 3, but 2 of them get to the final and 1 get to the 3rd place playoff, Man City, 18th of January at home. So they could be missing that game. So, yeah, bringing it to the forefront now that you've kind of got the view of AFCON, because it's coming. It's on our doorstep pretty much. It will be soon around the corner. We'll be losing these players. And obviously with Xisco being injured for 5 to 6 weeks, so he might be back kind of as things are starting to kick off, as people are about to go. What are our thoughts? How are we feeling? Like, do we feel that our squad depth is okay? Are we okay up front? What's our thoughts, Mr. B?
We could always have more. I'm just glad it's a game a week. Obviously, that Christmas period, it won't be a game a week. The Boxing Day game, I just knew that they were going to put us on, but I don't know why. I should have said it out. I knew they were going to put us on Boxing Day. We've been on, whatever games we've had, I'm sure there's only been one that has stayed the same. Everything else has been moved to TV. So
Yeah,
we expected it. I mean, we don't know how bad it's going to be game wise back to back, but they have to be built. We know it's coming. So they have to be putting things in place now. Maybe they cut the training session short or whatever they have to do. But squad wise, I look at everybody else's squad and they're playing 2 games a week and they're coping. All right. Some are coping better than others. This 1 game a week thing we have to make count, because let's be honest, we never want to be playing 1 game a week again. So while it's there, take advantage. Liverpool took advantage of it. Chelsea took advantage of it. Even down to Forest last season, took advantage of it. So we need to take advantage of it. Get the squad right. So it's up to these players. We say it. They want to leave because they're not having the opportunity to play. Just be patient. You're not leaving now. You're not going to leave. He's not going to let you go, no matter what bids are coming in. So know that you're staying. Get yourself down and get ourselves qualified for some sort of European competition. I mean, Combs got here. We need to buy in January. What are we buying? Are we buying cover for Casemiro, or are they buying an experienced striker for Sesko? I got one for you, Yaba. I know you're a striker. I know you're. Vlahovic, would you take him for 20 million?
Who, sorry?
Vlahovic from Juve.
Is it 20 million? Because is the contract running out at the end of the season?
Yes, they want money. They don't want him to go on a free.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that, but I've always liked him. I thought he's good, but can he do it in the Premier League? I think he's technically good enough. He's a predator, but I don't know if he's explosive enough to do it in the Premier League. That's the only issue I've got with him. Another left-footed striker from Italy. Another
it's
the same mold. It's the same mold as well. He's actually, if someone said like put them next to each other and there were silhouettes, like they are the same mold, literally.
All right, forget what I just said. Just Men in Black that camera. Yeah, Men in Black that one. We don't need that one. Forget it. Forget that conversation. It was more price. It was more price than the actual player. Oh, Column saying he stinks.
Well, before when he was at Fiorentina, he was smashing in goals and he was like setting the world on fire. Everyone was talking about him. But he's gone off the boil. And for him to run down his contract at Juventus suggests to me there's something more to it. There's something not quite right with him. So that's why I'd be a bit wary about buying a signing like that. Even for 20 million, even if it's going to be backup, I don't think that's a good idea. What I do think is a good idea in this situation, because we're talking about AFCON and the games that we have, important games around that period, because we are kind of in the mix. If we go on a run with the next few games, we could be in the mix by Christmas, and that's when you're going to be saying, we need to buy, we need to, invest. But this is where, as a good manager, and I know you were disagreeing with me earlier, Rio, about this, or just not disagreeing, but just give me the lowdown about what a manager's like. We need to utilize the quality that we have in the youth academy. This manager's come to our club, all right, and knows he knows the history and everything else. He should look. Yeah, but if he knows the history, he should be looking and knowing that if he brings in some of these youngsters, he will be praised for it. Okay,
yeah, it's
not going to happen.
Hold on. My point is, we are not Real Madrid or any other big clubs where it's too much result. The fans will be on his side if he brings in a youngster. We're like, who's this guy? And he makes him perform. He will sit there or be on his knee like he does in the technical area, like he's bowing down, giving it all that, and hearing people cheer his name like it was the other day. He must be buzzing by that, by the way. I'm thinking, I've won them over. You can win them over with this crisis we're going to have with Mbomo and Ahmed going. You can win them over by bringing in a youngster, maybe one, maybe two, and bringing him into a well-drilled system and having them look good. We saw what Ten Hag did with Kobe Mainoo. We saw what Van Gaal did with Rashford. It can happen, and you look at the praise
I
they
don't
get.
think it will. I don't think it will.
Well, I think you should. That's my thing.
I think I agree with you, but I just think now he's got the taste of a run without defeats, and he's doing it without embedding the youth. I don't think he's going to think even detriment. He's not going to risk. I think he's going to keep it going. He's going to run players into the ground. Unfortunately, he's not going to rotate until
Yeah, but do you think the thing is, I don't think we need to rotate.
No, I don't think so. And this annoys me. And I know you mentioned it earlier, Mr. B. This whole Casemiro can only play 65 minutes, 70 minutes. Yeah. That's not the case. I don't know why that's the case. He's a professional footballer. He's not 50. Like, he's what, 32, 33? I'm pretty sure he got called up for Brazil.
But you see the slowdown though, bro. You see the thing is, on 60 minutes, if you're winning the game, on 60 minutes, it tends to be when the opposition make their changes. And we have been good for a lot of the 60 minutes in the game. Now, it's just a shame that he's coming off when the opposition are now trying to think, okay, maybe we need to change this or change that or change this. I understand it's not his fault he's old. But good grief. I mean, doesn't he play every Brazil game? Like all
pretty
of the
much.
Minutes in the Brazil game.
But then you say that we're only playing one game a week. So we're only playing one game, but we're only playing one game a week.
So why is he tired?
I don't think it's.
It's a myth. Who says that he's tired? It's Rebel started all this, right? I don't know where it's come from. Say, he can't do. The word is, he can't do 50 minutes. Oh, he gets tired. You have to take him off. Oh, he's going to get booked. You have to take him off. Where's this come from? The man's fit. The man can, he's in good shape. Sure, he can do 90 minutes. I don't see no issue with that. I really don't understand where it comes. I hate when these things come out, these labels, and it sticks with people. Say, he can't do that role. Ahmad can't play right wing back. Or Onana can't kick the ball. It's like, come on, man. Where's the evidence for that? The man can play 90 minutes quite easily.
People are calling him, instead of calling him Casemiro, they're calling him Gasamiro. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. I'm telling you, it's disrespectful. Visually, because of the type of player he is. Gasamiro, yeah. It's not funny, man. It's not funny. He's a champion. He's a multiple Champions League winner, and
So what did the club do? As I'm going to ask, in our squad of players that we have, obviously Ugarte, we already know. We've spoken about his low level.
Well, we're being linked with midfielders, so I'm going to bring up another graphic because we're being linked to midfielders after midfielders after midfielders. So the next midfielder, who's behind curtain number 5, because it's getting annoying now, but next midfielder, Joao Gomes. I pronounced you. Joao Gomes, 24 years old, playing for Wolves. So obviously this is a comparison to Anderson, who was behind curtain number 3, the other person that we're going after. Anderson, Baleba, Joao Gomes, Stiller. This is another one. So obviously these are his duels, possession one. I'm not going to bore you with the logistics. Obviously, chat, you can see this. It's another kind of typical box-to-box ball carrier, progressive kind of player. Someone with better legs about him, because Casemiro clearly has a gas tank of a cow. So obviously, with that being said, yeah, Joao Gomez, another one. And obviously the talk is that Wolves it looks, should I be blunt, they're going to go down. So will they be looking to, let him go in January? This is what the talk is, that we're trying to try and get this chap in January. So we are looking, of course we'll have a look, but whether we'll do any business in the midfield in January is another story. I think we will. I'll be honest with you. I think we will, but I want us to go for the targets that we wanted to go for. So if we're going to go for Baleba, then let's just stick with it. If we're going to go for Ben Stiller, let's go over it. Go with it. Honestly, yeah. I don't mind it, honestly.
So you'd rather wait until January then? Do what Liverpool did with Van Dijk? if we can't get our summer target in January, what do you want us to do? Not fill the gap?
No, I don't want us to. I want us to get someone in Jan.
What,
But
like
get
an Amrabat signing with
no,
who
no,
we
no, no,
know
no,
is
no,
not
no,
going to
no,
stay,
no.
or somebody who with an option to buy, obligation to buy?
Well, that's the thing. There should be every like good running club, which we apparently are nowadays. You know, we should have a short list of at least 4 players. You know, Amrabat, when that happened, surely wasn't on our number 3, 4. I think that ended up being some travesty signing. I'm hoping we get someone that, you know, fits the profile of the people that we're looking for. So if you don't go for number 1, okay, let's go for number 2. They
Who's
might be a
number
little
one?
bit different.
Who's
So
number one?
Belabor would have been number 1. Belabor would have been number
Not
1. And
I
Anderson.
that's,
don't think he's number. I think Anderson's on number 1. I think
I think
Anderson's number
Anderson
1.
is
According to
number
the
1
news
now.
gossip
No,
report,
Anderson is number 1 now, but Belabor was number 1 in the summer. So that's ship sales. You move to number 2, and then, you know, the profile will change throughout the course of the season. And obviously, with the season changing, more opportunities will arise. So obviously, Wolves being smack bang bottom, you know, bottom of the barrel, custard cream settings, you know, that's what they are at this moment in time. So this has raised an opportunity for Joao Gomes. Again, if it paper talk, who knows? But it's a good kind of pattern. This happens every season where clubs that are getting relegated look like they're going down. There's opportunity, contract clauses that are hidden that you end up finding out about. So I know, Mr. B, you threw the question to me. I'll throw it to Yaba. Void, would you rather us wait to the summer and, you know, get someone that we want with an extra bit of cash, or fill the void with kind of like a makeshift? But, you know, it doesn't mean that the makeshift is going to be
I
bad.
watched Gomez the other day. I was watching the Wolves game, watched him, and for some reason, I'm glad you brought him up because I was watching him close. I was watching him saying, good player, got a lot about him. And as you see with the data there, just fling it up again against Anderson. Anderson trumps him in most areas, you know.
See this, you know, I was looking at it and I'm thinking,
yeah,
we're trying not championing Gomez, but there was so much like the progressive passing, the forward passing.
Yeah.
There was so much that Anderson had over him. It was like,
yeah,
is it really worth going for Gomez?
Chat. You let us know as well, please. Joao Gomes, would you have him? A simple yes or no. I think we've all got our eyes set on Anderson, haven't we? I think we've all seen Anderson play.
Just with, and not just that, I mean, when you're looking at this data you showed there with the progressive passing, that's what football should be about. I mean, remember David Batty used to play it sideways. There was a certain man, there's the comparisons here. The last top player midfielder we got from Nottingham Forest ended up being probably our best captain, one of our best midfielders of all time. And he was progressive with his passing as well. And he would shout at you if you pass backwards or sideways. It's always got to be forwards, that sort of thing. Well, we know who we're on about there. 3.6 million when they got relegated, mind you, you know, at Nottingham Forest. So, yeah, when you compare it, I do think, I have to admit, I'm really impressed with Elliot Anderson. And I just think there's no point going for second best just because they're available, because that's a waste of money. We don't do business like that anymore. I think we're more inclined now to go for our first or second targets. And for me, it'd be Elliot Anderson in order, with Belabor and maybe Adam Wharton. I hear he might be signing a new contract with Crystal Palace. You know, so it's going to be really, as out there, those three that I've heard on the rumour mill that I fancy. I fancy all three of them, and I think either one of them would be a great signing. But when you throw in other names like the Wolves player, we'd have to take a longer look at him, because I've only watched him properly for one game the other day. And for you to bring him up with that data as well, you're selling him short. Let's have a closer look at him over the next few weeks.
Fair enough. Patrick Pillow would be happy with Joao Gomes. Fair enough. Column Gomez 20-30 mil, Anderson 80 plus.
See,
so
and that is the problem.
The banking numbers are coming out. So
I'm kind of, I want us to get the target that we want, but I know that we're going to need help in January. You know, and if we go on a run, fingers crossed, in the FA Cup, you know, that might be an extra game a week or whatever. So I want us to get somebody. I want us to
Hackney,
get
man.
somebody because I
Steph
know
has,
that we
Steph
need
has
somebody.
mentioned it good. Steph, Hackney from Middlesbrough, he's a top jugador, top player. I think Hackney. I
Yeah, but
wanted
is
us
he
to
gonna
go for
come
him.
in though? Let's
But
be honest.
and it's no, it's he could, but it's just another name. And this is
Yeah,
what's
but we
happening.
need a
We're
first. We need
we're
a.
going through this
We,
windmill of like just names
we
being thrown around everywhere now.
yeah, we need a player who's gonna come in and hit the ground running. I mean, what's his name? We deserve better. Just keeps talking about Tonali. Those are the players. I mean, he's not
Tonio.
gonna leave Newcastle, but
Mm.
he's ready to play for us. He'd be ready to play. You know, he walked straight into the team. Hackney, does Hackney really walk straight into
No,
the
no,
team?
I agree with you. I agree with
You
you.
know,
But
so
then
yeah, we need
and I
now. We
think your
don't need
issue is,
future.
and I think your issue is like the player that you think would walk straight into the team is not going to be available in January.
Yeah,
And this
very
is the
good point.
problem that we have. And
Yeah.
this is what I was saying. Do we then go for Amrabat, who loves the club, but we were never going to buy? Are we going to go for a Gomes, who we're probably going to have to buy because they're not going to loan him out? And then are we buying him because he's 20 million or because he's good enough to do a job for 20 to 30 minutes? And then next season, they go in because you know Agate is going to be gone anyway. Next season, then do they splash big money on two central midfielders? Because as I said, we need three.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I want a Premier League proven player to come in. I don't want no Italian fucker. I don't want nobody from Germany. I would probably take a French one because their league is, you know, they're used to getting
Robust. Yeah.
their head bust in that league. But I just don't know. I don't know.
You know, and the interesting thing about this all is like, what does it take? I mean, if you're like a youth player trying to get into the first team, and what position would be the easiest position to get? Goalkeepers need to be experienced. Defenders need to be big, strong, and be a man. And it takes a long time as a youth academy player to transform to a man and that physicality. Midfielders, you have to be have a lot of mentality to be playing midfield against these great players in the Premier League. And strikers, maybe wingers would be the ones. You see that guy at Liverpool come through who could probably do a little something because less responsibility. It's all about what you got to do the ball when you got in one-on-one situations, sort of thing. So we've seen in recent years with Zidane, Iqbal, we've seen there's a list I can think of 5 players, young players who have been promising midfielders who just can't get close. Collier, who's the guy, the little short guy that we were talking about last season, who played in a few youth team games. You know, you can name it, all these midfielders who just don't have the grade at the moment to get in. And then you got Fletcher's boys, and then you got Kone,
Kone. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kone.
Kone, and then you got another guy who plays deep line midfielder. It's a big jump to play in a centre midfield in the Premier League. You come up against Newcastle, you come against Crystal Palace, you come up against all any teams, you're going to get munched. So
Yeah.
the development of midfielders is really hard. So I'm looking at players like Kobe Mainoo, who's already been around and done the business and still can't get a game. That just shows me how difficult it is to pick a midfielder to come in and perform in this league. It's really, really tough. You have to have a lot about you. And I think if you get someone who's going to be ready-made, they probably have to be 25 plus with a bit of experience and know-how. Because
And
that
60
Tonali
million.
is a great player, really, really quality player, but he's had a lot of experience and he's just a prodigy, I believe, from Italy. But yeah, it's going to be tough to fill those boots in midfield. Whoever we do get, is you have to perform week in, week out at this sort of level. When you come up against Chelsea's midfield, Enzo Fernandez and Salcedo, and
Yeah, but we beat them.
yeah, but I'm talking about their midfield. You come up against that. That's tough. It's tough, So it is difficult to pick a player for that position because I think it's the heart, it's the hub of any footballing side. You need to be a really good player. Whether it's look at the best Steven Gerrard, Brian Robson, Roy Keane. All these guys had something about them which really had to be able to boss a midfield. So yeah, I need a great player in midfield, world class player in midfield.
And midfielders now are getting recognised in it's there's been a change in the world of football now. The midfield spot is becoming once again a very important spot. There's more midfielders in the top 10 of the Ballon d'Or rankings than there's been for the longest of times. You know, your Pedris, your Vitinhas,
Rodri winning the Ballon d'Or.
Rodri winning the Ballon d'Or, absolutely. So, you know, and we're not necessarily looking for a brute destroyer. You know, someone that's as cute on the ball, knows how to own the ball, keep possession, dictate the play from deep, and then obviously not look like an idiot. And you know,
do you think that's what he's looking for in because Casemiro doesn't really
he's not looking for a destroyer. He can.
So what is it? What is Amorim actually looking for? And forget about Bruno. We know he's going to play Bruno.
He's looking for a dictator that can then carry the ball. So it pains me to say this, but like a Declan Rice.
But Casemiro doesn't do that, and Casemiro is key to what we're doing.
But Casemiro is as good as he is. He's the lesser of two evils. He's better than Ugarte.
When you consider why we bought Casemiro, everyone's like, why are we buying him? But he was a world-class player. And that's my point. There's not many it's very rare, top world-class midfielders. You need them. We thought, let's take a chance, Casemiro. Maybe he's got some beginning for the next 3-4 years. And he has proved from time to time what quality player he is. But it's just like the world-class midfielder is hard to come by, you know, and we're searching high and low for someone. You know, there's still question marks that whether it's Elliot Anderson or Wharton or whatever, or Baleba, if they came in, would they be world-class for us? Would they be the next big thing? It's really difficult to know. I said a few weeks ago, the prices don't lie. You spend 100 million on Rice, you spend 100 million on Salcedo, you're getting a world-class player. If we spend 100 million on a top midfielder,
we're getting mugged.
Who's out there,
but these
they've
players
got to be world-class.
And these players can't just do one thing anymore. You know, Collins just mentioned you need a destroyer next to a playmaker. I have to disagree. You need a destroyer that can play make. That's the difference in today's.
Or one who just doesn't waste his bloody passes.
Like
you know, you're saying a deep line playmaker. Well, that's what Bruno's beside him for. Bruno is the one who they want to be, you know, making the play, if that makes sense. Whereas Casemiro, I would assume it would have been a destroyer and a controller of the football, but Casemiro's not a destroyer. And
but most teams don't have a destroyer anymore. If you go through the top 10 teams in world football, you know, you won't be. You'd rarely find me a destroyer. And if you say certain players are destroyers, I'll be able to say to you, no, you're profiling them wrong. So a lot of people will say Caicedo is a destroyer. He's absolutely not a destroyer. He can put in a tackle, but his ability on the ball is incredible. Gravenberch, again, another one, the deepest player in the midfield for Liverpool. He's not a destroyer. He's a ball-playing midfielder that can progress with the ball when he needs to. And then you'll have a McAllister that can drop in from time to time. Or you'll have an inverted wing-back that fills in, because that's the modern day now. But go for it.
Who are the Champions League winners? PSG. Look at them.
Vitinha is the deepest player in the midfield, and he is, you know, I could push him off the ball, you know, and that's saying something. But he's acute.
You have to touch him first. You have to catch him first.
Exactly. He's press resistant. That's the key thing. Be press resistant in today's game.
I understand what you're saying about destroyer, but the closest player I think to destroyer is Salcedo. He is do you see what he did with the way he pressed and pressed?
So he's the closest.
He's that. So his running, his power, is unbelievable. His strength is unbelievable, and he's that. But Declan Rice is one of the best players in Europe at the moment, and he's not a destroyer, but he can do a bit of everything. Yeah. So it's about being a complete midfielder. But like I said, if we're going to get that midfield player, none of this Joao Gomes, whatever, with question marks. You're not going to turn him in overnight play. You have to pay the £100 million plus to get value for money. And unless we do that,
where are the club going to get £100 million to spend on one player? We're not in Champions League.
You have to, if you want a world-class player, as with Salcedo, as with Enzo Fernandez, as with Declan Rice, three midfielders there, they are world-class players and they cost £100 million. And they're going to make the difference. These are difference makers out there.
And so you would rather buy world-class
No, I
and they
wouldn't.
get
I'd
that
rather
work.
us be able to scout someone who's going to be world
Right,
class.
going to be right.
Bring
So
them in.
that's more what I would like. That's
I haven't
what,
seen that happen. When was the last time you see a signing? Even McAllister, they signed him from Brighton. He's not world class for Liverpool, is he? I don't think he's world class unless someone's going to argue.
Yeah, but you don't think
No,
Harry Kane's world class. Your benchmark is
No, but
very,
my
very.
point is, can you sign? When was the last time you signed a player and he's developed and said, "Oh, he's world class"? Is Beleva? Is that the guy? Is he world class? No, he's not. You know, so you have to be world class. You have to be consistent for a number of years at a top club, at a top level, playing Champions League football. And I think Rice has proven that. And I think Salcedo, for me, has proven it because he's just unique. No one can do what he does. And then I think Enzo Fernandez is also an absolutely brilliant player. People might not think that, but I think he's world class. So and then you look around. Wolves once had Vestino on their books and couldn't get the best out of him. So for me, a world class player is not about you need a destroyer these days. Football's changed. Rodri was Ballon d'Or winner. He's not a destroyer, but he's able to get in and around. No one tackles that much anymore. He was able to close down space, dictate the play in a good team, and really impose himself on the game and dominate games. And that's what he does. And everybody agrees that he's a top player for the influence that he has. And that's what he needs. Pedri, the same. You mentioned Pedri earlier. I've heard Marcus Rashford talking, oh my God, this Pedri is unbelievable. Talking about him so highly. So these players are in their own bubble. We need to get one of those players to transform into a title winning side.
See, Patrick's hit the nail on the head. Homeland and Morata, obviously, that was the partnership that Amorim profiled at Sporting. They're not destroyers. They are ball players. They are ball players and ball carriers. You're coming away. You don't get that anymore. And if you do them end up playing with a player that you want them to destroy and be that in the midfield, then you profile your wing backs differently. We won't have that. We definitely won't have that. And obviously, Hydro in the building. Hello, kind sir. In the modern game, you're not allowed to be a destroyer anymore. Flicker players, yeah, and they're rolling around on the floor. Okay, I weren't anticipating that comment. I weren't anticipating
it's true,
that.
It's true.
It's true. It is true. But yeah. Okay, so gentlemen, we've come away from this having a topical debate about destroyers. Interesting. But yeah, that's what the international break is going to do to us. We're going to be having a lot of transfer talk this week. So hopefully it will keep the juices flowing. We will get a lot of topical debate. We will get a lot of players speaking to their respective journalists when they're away. So we'll probably
This is the part that I'm normally, when they go away on international duty, it's United players moaning, or it's not going to be us. They're not going to be worried about our players' sound bites. It's going to be Liverpool. It's going to be the Newcastle. The players who are in the shit and the sherbet at their clubs. Now they're going to go away. Just don't get injured, please. Fingers crossed.
Have you heard about Licha? He's in Licha, the butcher. He's in Argentina, training with the Argentinian team.
Okay, that's good news.
Sorry?
No, it's not good. I don't think it's good.
Why is that good, Yabba? Sorry, why is
he's
that
on the
good?
way back? He's actually getting, development. Getting his development.
Okay, so he's going to jump on a plane to fly all of that way. He's not going to play no games.
Do you think he's sitting in economy?
To get kicked up by his brethren in training?
He's sitting in economy seats like us.
Yeah, I understand he's got the space. I get it. Yeah. But why is he flying all the way to Argentina to get kicked? He could do that here.
He's not. I'm sure he's going just to be around the team, not to play. I don't think.
How does that benefit us?
It benefits us because you've got to have a slow development. Get it back. No worries, Licha. Go to Argentina. Get your, be around your countrymen. Go and see your family. So man, you're a good manager.
When you word it like that, yeah, when you word it like that,
family, go chill out. You've had a long development. Go back, go to Argentina with the squad.
Well, you don't think during his rehabilitation he's been in Argentina?
Good point. Yeah.
You think he ain't stuck in Manchester all this time? He don't need to go.
All right,
you know what I mean? Luke Shaw,
come back, Licha. Come back.
Technically the same thing. He went all right. Luke differently. Luke Shaw went and played. What if Licha flies all that way and comes back injured? He's got Ramiro in training, you know. You think them man they're going to be holding back on Licha because he's been out for 2 weeks? What's the first thing they're going to want to test his bloody knee? Nah, man, stay here. You're joking.
Let's
Fair
pray
enough,
for
fair enough.
Leacher. Let's pray for Leacher. Pray for a safe return.
Just
Don't
quickly,
put stress.
I want to ask you two, considering because we've got a lot of like topics to talk about. World class, because I've mentioned world class, and I named some players, and I was confident that they're world class players, even though in the past I wouldn't put them up on par like that, you know. But who name me, like seriously, with your estimation, in the whole Premier League right now, name me 5 world class players.
Oh,
Holland.
we could do this on another show. This could be a whole show debate. Caicedo.
He's world class. Okay.
Yeah. Wait. Do you agree? Oh,
Is this your opinion?
okay. Yeah. Haaland's world class. Caicedo's world class.
Am I allowed to say De Ligt's world class?
No.
No.
Not especially when Tell does
No.
that spin-a-rooney on him.
Is this a curveball?
No.
Saka?
All right. Rice,
Saka?
I mentioned Rice.
Saka?
I don't think Saka's world class.
Yeah.
I don't think Saka's world
What
class.
about goalkeepers? Any world-class goalkeepers in our league?
No.
Liverpool one.
Donnarumma?
All right. So
Donnarumma and the Liverpool one.
Okay. So there's not many
Liverpool.
world-class players. It depends how you define it, but you know, it's changed.
The best way I like to do it is if you can think of the best team in the world, and then can a player from a different team out position
get in there,
into that best team in the world. So
Right.
PSG
That's a
right
good way.
now,
That's a good
you know,
way.
does Saka get in the PSG team?
No.
Yeah.
So then that's it. You don't define him as world class. Does Caicedo get in the PSG team? I think so.
Yeah, I think he does.
so. And then you move Vitinha, so you keep Vitinha in it, and you'd find a way. Like
Yeah.
Fabian Ruiz would come out, and Neres would, probably. It's a good question. I do love questions like that. And here we go, Caicedo and Haaland. So I think we're only going with.
So Salah's not
Callum
world
thinks
class
on it.
all of a sudden.
No, he was.
Van Dijk's not world class.
No, he was, but now he's not, bruv.
Van Dijk is. I think Van Dijk is. Salah's done.
Salah was world class. He's not world class no more.
Yeah.
He's finished. He can't even run forwards, bro.
Steph says moon class. That's count. That's me. And then obviously, Virgil Van Booty, which is the talk of the town, or Van Disney, as he's being called as well. Virgil or Aura. Aura. He defends with his aura nowadays, doesn't he? Gentlemen. We need to hit an hour, and we've been talking all things Man United. Rasmus, Joao Gomes, and a broken knee Shesko. It's been interesting. It's been an interesting one. Again, I think we'll have more to talk about this week. Show tomorrow, I think most likely. Coliseum Wednesday, people in the chat. Obviously, Rebels Coliseum. So that will be an interesting one. We will have more topical debates. Obviously, heated discussion on the Wednesday show for sure. When it comes to
do we get heated? We say heated. We don't really get heated, do we?
We get heated when Yaba doesn't stick to the time. And I've not been on the show yet. So I've not been on the Coliseum yet.
You have.
Patrick was on.
I've not been on it. So it is my time. I'm due.
I fucked up.
Oh, that was it. Oh, you done the 1 to 11. That's what I was thinking. No, because you did do something regarding time. So you done the 1 to 11 that time, didn't you? Where you picked your 1 to 11 reasons why.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. So that was a good practice session for me to do it. But yeah. Gentlemen, Mr. B, Yaba, any final thoughts before we depart into the glamorous night of coldness? Don't know why I worded it like that. But yeah.
Yeah, just want to say big up to everyone. Make sure you tune in all week. If anyone wants to come on the show, I'd love for one of you guys to come on. We always talk to you in the chat. Come on, join us on the Man United agenda and have some fun here. You know, we'd love to interact with you guys face to face, as they say. So yeah, make sure you jump on, and if you want to join us, message us and get yourselves on the show, especially during the midweek thing. Stuart Marshall's going to be coming on. Everyone knows Stuart Marshall in the comments. He's coming on this week. I'm going to give him a shout. and we've also got Patrick Pillow. Hopefully he'll be available to come on very soon again. And what about We Deserve Better? Stop hiding. I see
He ain't never coming on, bruv.
He don't
He
come
ain't
on,
never
man.
coming on. He ain't never coming on. Him, Steph, I ain't never coming. Andrew, to be fair, I've heard Andrew's voice. We did an arm.
After show.
He's got a nice Welsh voice. Bit Tom Jonesy, to be fair. Yeah, so we did a what's that? What's the X thing, man? What's the thing when you talk on Twitter, man?
Oh, there you go. We Deserve Better. We Deserve Better will say, he said he'll come on a Coliseum show.
Get him.
Brilliant.
Don't ask him nothing about Amrin, boy, because those 30 seconds just ain't gonna be long enough, boy. It's gonna be F for 25 seconds. Sorry, lads. Another F for another 25 seconds. Yeah, we won't need a stop clock for him, boy. Yeah, that's good. Get him on.
And don't forget, guys, Nigel Ben and Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Ben are fighting this weekend. Another big fight. I know you love all your boxing.
Bro, listen, you see this month, they've gone mad. You know, Yard is fighting Benavides.
Yeah,
the 22nd, bro.
Oh, 22nd, yeah. Oh. That's gonna be a fight.
Oh,
yeah. There you go. Let's talk about that later in the week, guys. Come on,
Mr. B. Final thoughts, kind sir.
It's good to be alive, man. It's good to be alive. That's my final thoughts.
Chat. We've been the Man United Agenda. Appreciate you kindly. If you smash that like one more time, be much appreciated. Help support the channel massively. But you all being here in the chat, that's enough support for us as well. But yeah, thank you as always, and we will see you throughout the week. Good night. Good night.